At Every Texan, we believe Texas can be the very best state to live in. A thriving, welcoming place where we take care of one another and our leaders prioritize common sense policies that lead to long-term, equitable outcomes for all of us, no exceptions. We are honored you've joined us to celebrate these changemakers who stepped into their research labs, their housing solutions, and the House floor, driven by the belief that Texas would be better for it. Dr. Flora Brewer works diligently with innovation and civic leadership in mind to bring long-term sustainable housing solutions to Texas. Dr. Brewer sparked a statewide conversation in 2018 with her work on the Palm Tree Apartments, a permanent housing complex now home to 24 previously unhoused Texan families. Dr. Brewer's innovative approach turned a once struggling part of town into a bright light of Fort Worth, its impact affecting the entire city for the better.
She really was the first to build this groundswell of solutions for building deeply affordable housing for chronically homeless. That's a huge impact in the community.
If it wasn't for her, Lord knows where I'd be at today. I don't think I would be here.
The Palm Tree Apartments are a thriving complex, a connection hub, and a prime example for other cities to follow. And the city of Fort Worth is on track to replicate her housing complex in 4 new projects. Soon, there will be more than 200 housing units ready and available to house people across the city. But these trailblazers have an impact that spreads far beyond city limits and state lines. The research Dr. Maria Elena Bottazzi conducts in our home state is quite literally changing lives across the world. Grounded in her upbringing in Honduras and Italy, Dr. Bottazzi approaches medicine with equity at top of mind.
I think that's made me, a stronger woman, but also a more empathetic woman that really understands, how by we meaning those of us who come from many walks of life, have not only struggles, but at the same time, many advantages, right? That puts us with a different cultural intelligence.
The global thought leader was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for her work on a COVID-19 vaccine technology. During the global pandemic, Dr. Bottazzi's team decided to keep their vaccine technology open to the public and freely available around the world. A bold move that saved countless lives at a time when already vulnerable populations were at heightened risk. With more than 150 publications under her belt at Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine, Dr. Bottazzi is tackling diseases that harm the world's most under-resourced populations, raising the bar for scientists in Texas and around the world. And tonight, we're grateful to come together in Austin to celebrate the late Honorable Libby Linebarger on her stomping grounds. During her 3 terms in the Texas House of Representatives, Libby served as chair of House Public Education Committee, where she spearheaded the fight for equitable school funding, ultimately leading to the passage of the school recapture bill we now know as Robin Hood.
As a Texan and as an educator, I don't think that we should settle for anything less than the best educational system in the nation, and that is my number one concern and my number one commitment.
The daughter of a school superintendent and a school teacher herself, Libby was focused on setting students up for success in the classroom and beyond. But she didn't stop there. She was heavily invested in ethics reform in the legislature, filing bills to expand and support childcare in Texas, and she vocally opposed restrictions on a woman's right to choose. Those who knew Libby know it's impossible to summarize her accomplishments in a single video or even in one awards ceremony. Her work speaks for itself, but as her friends and family know, it was her spirit that inspired the people around her.
I mean, look at her. She sort of defies any kind of ridicule. Everything about her is pretty close to perfect. Even her hair is bigger than mine.
Libby approached the toughest battles with laughter and tenacity, and celebrated wins the same way. Thank you for joining us tonight to honor these extraordinary women and to support our mission to a more equitable Lone Star State for every Texan.